الفاتحة for the following afternoon. Sayyid Miran Shah, Sayyid Altaf Hussein Shah, Kareem Khatun, Shahid Aqdas Qadmi, Hamid Ali Shah, and Sayyid Zamir Zahra. Sayyida Zamir Zahra. Please recite Fatiha for these souls. Another Surah Al-Fatiha for all your mahroomeen and mahrumat. May Allah be pleased with all of them. سيدي وحبيبي ونور قلبي وثمرة فؤادي وقوة القلوب ونوائها وعافية الأبدان وشفائها ونور الأبصار وضيائها أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الهاديين المهديين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. صلى الله عليك يا رسول الله، صلى الله عليك يا نبي الله، صلى الله عليك وعلى أهل بيتك فنفوز فوزا عظيما. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر الأهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. صلوات قال الله العلي العظيم في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والسماء ذات البروج واليوم الموعود وشاهد ومشهود. قتل أصحاب الأخدود النار ذات الوقود إذ هم عليها قعود وهم على ما يفعلون بالمؤمنين شهود. وما نقموا منهم إلا أن يؤمنوا بالله العزيز الحميد. صدق الله العلي العظيم. as usual, is the way Quran presents certain points to us as human beings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, whenever He was to present something important to us, He has different ways of doing that. Sometimes when He wants to present something important, what He does is He calls our attention. Ya ayyuhal ladina amanu. Those of you who believe, Allah said, I want your attention. Aqimus salah, for example. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sometimes when He wants to present something important, He doesn't call, but what He does is to present different kinds of swearing before He makes His point. And this swearing in the Quran sometimes is one time. He swears once and then he goes to the point. For example, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. He swears one time. Sometimes twice. For example, وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا خَلَقَ. Sometimes 3 times. Example, وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَطُورِ سِينِينَ وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْعَمِيمِ. Sometimes 4 times, like in this surah. When I just mentioned al-Buruj, 4 swearings. Example, Allah said, وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ. That's one. Number 2, وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ. Number 3, وَشَاهِدْ. Number 4, وَمَشْهُودِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presents 4 swearing. Why 4? Inshallah, I'll come to the point. Why not 5? Why not 6? Why not 7? We come to that point. But before that, one important message, brothers and sisters, to always keep in mind about Quran. Anytime you see Allah swears in the Quran, learn 2 things. Always keep 2 things in mind. Number 1, whenever you see a swearing in the Quran, the first important thing to remember is whatever Allah swears by is a very important thing. Because Allah will swear with something that is very important. So in the Quran, when you see Allah say, وَاللَّيْلِ. Now learn to know the importance of night. When you see in the Quran, Allah say, وَالصُّبْحِ. Learn to know the importance of subh. When you hear in the Quran, Allah says, وَالشَّمْسِ. Learn to know the importance of sun. When Allah says, وَالْقَمَرِ وَاللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ وَالشَّمْسِ وَالْأَرْضِ, everything that Allah swears by, it tells you that they are very important. That's number 1. Number 2, whatever Allah was to talk about is very important as well. That is why He gave you swearings before He talks about this point. So now remember 2 things. Everything He swears by is important. 2, always after swearing, look what is the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the first important point. Number 2. And we said that this surah, Allah swore with 4 things. وَالسَّمَاءُ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ. Now, before I go to the point, brothers and sisters, one important message, and that is, everything Allah created, everything He creates, He chooses the best out of everything. I'll give you examples. Number 1, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created every single day that we have. Every day is created by Allah. But then out of the 7 days we have in the week, Allah chose Friday to be the best of all the weeks. That is 1. Number 2, Allah created every single night that we sleep in, right? But out of the night, Allah chose Laylatul Qadri Khayrun min Alf Shahr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created every land in the world. But then He chose 4 of them to be the best land upon every land in the world. The first one is Makkah. Number 2, Masjid al-Haram, Masjid al-Nabawi. Number 3, Al-Kufa. Number 4 is Karbala. All these are lands, but Allah chose these lands above other lands of the world. That is the lands, brothers. Let me go even further. Allah created all the stones. Every stone you pick, Allah created it, right? But then He chose some stones are better than the other stones. Hajar al-Aswad is a stone. But you cannot compare Hajar al-Aswad with another stone, because this stone is a chosen stone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created all human beings. Out of all human beings, He chose prophets. Out of the prophet, He chose Ulul Azm. Out of Ulul Azm, He chose Habibihi al-Mustafa Muhammad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose all of us as His creations. And then out of us He chose the Imams. They are the chosen ones of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah chose all women in the world. They are all creation of Allah. But out of all the women, Allah chose 4. And He said those 4 are not like any other women. Number 1 is Khadija alayha salam. Number 2, Fatima al-Zahra alayha salam. Number 3, Maryam alayha salam. Number 4, Asiya bint Muzahim. And then out of the 4, He chose Zahra alayha salam to be the best of all these 4. If this is clear, let me bring you to the point that I want to make, brothers and sisters. Even do you know that numbers 1, 2, 3 also are chosen by Allah? The numbers 1, 2, 3, they are numbers that Allah chose, and some of the numbers are better than the others. Now, number one is a chosen one. That is why He said, Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Allah is one. One is a chosen number in Islam. Number 2, another number that is chosen is number 3. Another number that is chosen is number 4. Another number that is chosen, number 5. Another number that is chosen, number 7. Another number that is chosen, number 10. Another number that is chosen, number 12. Another number that is chosen is number 40. There is no time to go into detail from the Quranic point of view to show every one of these numbers, the importance of them. But tonight I just want to share with you number 4, the importance of 4 in the Quran and Islam. Number 1 of the importance of number 4 in the Quran. You read Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about one of the prophets, Ibrahim al-Khalil. Ibrahim al-Khalil went to a river to look the creation of Allah, the river. As he was standing there, he saw a dead animal. Half of it is in the sea and the other half on the land. And there were animals on the land who were eating the dead animal. And some other animals also in the sea, they ate the same animal as well. Ibrahim al-Khalil was thinking. And then he said to himself, Ya Allah, this one animal, his body is now distributed to their animals, some of them on the land, some of them in the sea. Ya Allah, Yawm al-Qiyamah, how are you going to bring all these pieces which has been eaten by all these other animals and create this dead animal again? Then immediately he talked to Allah. Rabbi arini kayfa tuhyi al-mawta. Ya Allah, show me how you bring the dead back to life. Allah asked him, Ya Ibrahim, awalam tu'min? Don't you believe? Ibrahim said, Bala, I do believe, Ya Allah. Walakin liyatma'inna qalbi. I want the comfort of my heart. I believe, Ya Allah, but I just want the comfort here. Then Allah told him, Ya Ibrahim, go and find birds. But how many birds, Ya Allah? Now listen to the Quran. Allah says that arba'a, 4 birds. Ya Allah, why 4? Why not 7, 8, 9, 10? Allah told him, Ya Ibrahim, I want to show you the miracle, how I bring the people back to life. But I want you to go and find 4 birds. Why 4, Ya Allah? That is to learn the importance of number 4. That is one from the Quran. Number 2, Allah said in the Quran, Inna iddata ash-shuhura inda Allah, 12 shahra. Allah said, I created 12 months in the year. But out of the 12, Allah said, I chose 4. Minha arba'atun hurum. Allah said, 4 out of the 12 are the sacred and the holy month. Ya Rabbah. Question, Ya Allah, why 4 are the chosen ones, not 8? That is from the Quran. Number 3, brothers and sisters, in Islam. Now you and I, how many times we pray a day? 5 times. Now out of the 5 times, there are 3 salah we pray. How many rak'ah are they? Dhuhr, Asr, Isha. How many rak'ah are they? 4. Why 4, Ya Rabbal Alamin? That is the thing about the importance of 4 in Islam. Now more than that, brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He told us a man can get married, how many? You can't exceed 4. I'm not saying to get 4. I'm just taking a point from the Quranic point of view. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He said, you are allowed to go 1, 2, 3, up to 4. And as soon as you get to 4, Allah said you're allowed to go beyond that. Why 4, Ya Rabbal Alamin? This is just from the Quranic point of view, brothers and sisters. The importance of 4. Now, if this is clear, we come back to the surah. The first word Allah said, وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ. I swear by the heavens. That al-buruj, the word al-buruj in Arabic, it means al-dhuhur, something apparent, something obvious. That's why in Arabic, when a woman doesn't wear hijab, she called mutabarrija. She's showing herself. So when something is appeared or showing, it's called al-buruj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ. I swear by the sama, by the heavens, which is obvious to everyone to see the miracle of Allah. That is number 1. Number 2, وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ. I swear by their promised day. Yeah, you know, all of us, every one of us, we have 3 important days in our lives. 3 important days in our life. Every one of these 3 days, they are so important to us. Even the prophets as well. Every prophet, these 3 days are very important to them. The first one is the day we arrive in this world. That is why when your birthday is coming, you're looking forward to it, you prepare for them, you buy gift. If somebody doesn't buy you a gift, you get angry. Because it's very important to you. That's the first day. Day number 2 is the day we depart from this world. The day we die to be transferred from this world to other world. That's day number 2. Day number 3 is the day we will be resurrected from our graves. These are the 3 days, right? And these 3 days you hear Prophet Isa in the Quran. He mentioned all the 3 days. وَسَلَامٌ عَلَيَّ يَوْمَ وُلِدْتُ وَيَوْمَ أَمُوتُ وَيَوْمَ أُبْعَثُ حَيًّا. These days are important to even the Prophet. That Isa alayhi salam, he is asking Allah, Ya Allah, have a mercy on me on the day that I was born, and the day I will die, and the day I will be resurrected. Imam Ali alayhi salam talks about these 3 important days. رَحِمَ اللَّهُ مْرَئٍ عَلِمَ مِنْ أَيْنِ وَفِي أَيْنِ وَإِلَى أَيْنِ. God bless a man who knows where he came from till the day he was born, and he knows where he is heading to, and he knows where he will be coming back from. 3 days. These are the 3 important days. Allah says, وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ, I swear by the day of judgment, يوم القيامة. وَشَاهِدْ, I swear by a shahid, a witness. Who is the witness here? Some tafsir say that a shahid is Rasulullah. Because another ayah in the Quran, إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا. Allah says, you are shahid, he witnessed our a'mal. All the Imam of our time, he witnessed your a'mal. That is why Yawm al-Qiyamah, he will be a shahid either for your favor or against you Yawm al-Qiyamah. That's what shahid, a witness. Al-Mashhud is who? Is us. They witness either in our favor or against us. That is tafsir number one. Tafsir number two say no. Ash-shahid is not the prophet. Ash-shahid is your own body. Yawm al-Qiyamah, our body will be a witness in front of Allah. يوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد from the shahada وتشهد أرجلهم, your legs will be bearing witness. So the legs and the hands, they are called shahid يوم القيامة for everything that we do. So they call them shahid. المشهود الإنسان, ourselves. Some of you say no, a shahid is not your body. A shahid is every single day of your life. You know, one of the important messages, brothers and sisters, you know, when the Fajr comes, that Fajr talks to us, but we cannot hear. What does the Fajr say? Ya ibn Adam. Oh, the children of Adam, Ana yawmun jadid. I am a new day in your life. وَعَلَىٰ عَمَلِكَ شَهِيدٌ. And I am a witness on your a'mal. So I am shahid, that I will bear witness in front of Allah for everything that you do. If you do a good thing, I will tell Allah. If you do bad, I will tell Allah. In any case, I am shahid in front of Allah. They say, وَالْمَشْهُودِ is the Yawm al-Qiyamah. That is another tafsir. After this, Allah immediately goes to the point. He says, قُتِلَ أَصْحَابُ الْأُخْدُودِ. Brothers, yes, Allah presented four swearing. وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ, to tell us a story. What is that story? Story of Ashab al-Ukhdud. This story is all I want us to take a lesson from this story. Because when Allah presents four stories to talk about these people, it tells you and I that they are very important stories. Who was Ashab al-Ukhdud? Ashab al-Ukhdud were the people who used to live in Yemen. They used to have a king, and that king was called Dhu Nawas. He was the last king of the Yemen kings of the tribe called Himyar. There used to be a leader, that leader is called Dhu Nawas, and that Dhu Nawas came from a tribe called Himyar. They were all used to be Christians. Then suddenly, the king Dhu Nawas changed. He became a Jewish. He converted from Christianity to Judaism. And then he suddenly wanted everyone under his kingdom to become Jews. Some of them did, and some did not. Most of them they became listening to his teachings and what he wanted, and they all came worshiping Judaism. Then he heard that there was a small town called Delran. In that town, there was a lot of Christians who have not converted. So he decided to go there. So he went there with his army. And he told those people of Najran, he said, I am your king. I have changed my religion, and I want every one of you to change your religion. Then the people of Najran, the Christians, they said, no, we are not going to. If you change, that's you. But we don't want to change our religion. Then he said to them, if you refuse to change your religion, then I will either kill you or you have to convert. Two choices. Brothers and sisters, question to all of us. If you get into that situation, what would you do? Either your religion or your life. I can tell you what I know I will do, because that is our life. He doesn't want everyone to tell me, because now, mashallah, we are so concerned about ourselves, our jobs, our homes, our style of life, that now nobody even threatens us. And we go out of our way to do what? To change our names, just because we want to fit in. How many of us at our job places, we have to change from Muhammad to Mo so we can fit in? How many of us, brothers and sisters who are named Fatima, they have to change Fatima to Fat so they can fit in? Nobody's interrupting them. Now these are the people, Ashab al-Ukhdud, Quran talk about them. They were given a choice, life or death, or to keep their religion. And they said, we chose one out of the two. What is it? We chose our religion. Then Dunawa said to his armies to dig a ditch with the fire in it. And then he told every one of them, I want you, either you come and you convert to Judaism and you will be saved, or you have to jump in that fire and die in that fire being a Christian. The leader of those Christians, he said to all his people, we are all on this path together. We will die on the path of our Prophet Isa alayhi salam, even if that will cost us our lives. They line up there. They started to jump in that fire one after the other. And every one of them, before they jump, they say the kalima that there is no God but Allah, and Jesus is the Prophet of Allah. And then they jump in one after the other, one after the other, men and women, until the turn came to one of the women who was carrying her baby. And the reason why I'm bringing this, brothers and sisters, because it has a similarity between these Ashab al-Ukhdud and the tragedy of Karbala as well. A lady came with her infant, and she was standing right in front of the ditch. The fire is going up and down, and she was standing there looking. She looks at the fire and looks at her son. Should I jump? Then what about this son? Allahu Akbar. Then the narration, and this, as I mentioned, is mentioned in Tafsir al-Mizan, Tafsir al-Ayashi. Allama Tabatabai said, then the little child spoke to the mother. Look at the miracle. The little child spoke to the mother. What did he say to the mother? He said, Ya Ummah, oh my mother, La tataraddadi. Are you hesitating to jump or not to jump? She said, Wallah, the child said to the mother, I swear by Allah, getting killed in the cause of Allah is the least you can do for Allah. The child told the mother, you want to give yourself to Allah? You are doubting? He said, the least that you can give Allah is yourself. So jump. Allahu Akbar. The mother and the baby jumped in that fire. And so as one after the other, one after the other, they all jumped in it and all of them got killed. Now, you know how many of them? How many were there? 100, 200, 1,000? There were 20,000 people. Not one, not two, no, 20,000 people got killed on that day in Yemen, and that is why it's so important that Allah mentioned the story in Surah Al-Buruj. And how did it happen? Allah said about them, وَهُمْ عَلَى مَا يَفْعَلُونَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ شُهُودٌ. They were sitting and watching. The mu'mineen were being killed one after the other, and they were watching. Until all of these 20,000 men and women were killed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then mentioned this story. Now they said one of them, only one person, was able to escape. Out of all of them, only one person was able to escape, and he went to Rome during their day, and he narrated the story to the king of Rome, and he told him what they were facing, and how did the king do Nawaz did to them. Then the king of Rome wrote a letter. He said to him, your country is too far from me. I can't get there to help you. But I will write a letter to the one of the king I know, and he is closer to you, and he might be able to help you. Then he wrote a letter to King Najash, Ethiopian king, and he told him what happened. King Najash, when he received the letter, he immediately sent army to Yemen, and they went and fought Dunawas, and they liberated the entire city, and they gave it back to the Christians as it used to be. Up to here, that's the summary of the story. Here's the lesson that I want to take on, brothers and sisters. Number one, the reason why I brought these, brothers and sisters, is that I want us to take home some lesson from this surah. Lesson number one, the importance of strong Iman. Strong Iman, yes. Brothers and sisters, every single day, a mu'min is supposed to elevate his Iman as he lives. The way I grow up every single day, my Iman is supposed to be growing with me as well. The Prophet said, "Man tasawa yawma fahuwa maghfur." If you wake up today and your yesterday and today are equal, the Prophet said, you are or me, we are loser. The way you grow up one day extra, your Iman is supposed to grow as well. That is lesson number one. Lesson number two, the importance of Iman is that, brothers and sisters, what is the difference that you see? Somebody is willing to die for the sake of Allah, and somebody is not willing to die for the sake of Allah. The difference is the one willing has a strong Iman, and the one who doesn't will has a weak Iman. Now look at this tragedy, brothers and sisters. On the day of Ashura, how many soldiers were with Muslim Munafiq to begin with? Thousands and thousands. But how many end up dying with Imam Hussein alayhi salam? Only 72. What happened to the rest of them? They all left Imam Hussein alayhi salam because they were afraid to die for the sake of Allah. And the reason is they have weak Iman or no Iman. The reason why I'm bringing these, brothers and sisters, everything we read, Ajjalallahu ta'ala al-farajak, right? When Imam comes and says to you or me, go for Shahada. Shahada is not go. Are you willing to go? Or are you going to tell, I have wife, children, I have job? Which one? That is the point, brothers and sisters. If we really want to be a true servant of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, we have to make our Iman stronger every single day. That is why Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam said, لَيْسَ مِنَّا مَنْ عَاشَ فِي مِصْرٍ وَفِيهِ مَنْ هُوَ أَوْرَعُ مِنْهُ. Any mu'min, any Shia who lives in a city, where in that city there is somebody who is more stronger in Iman than he or she, and say he is not our Shia. Because our true Shia have to have the strongest Iman more than anybody else. That is the true Shia, brothers and sisters. That is the importance of the strong Iman. If you are willing to sacrifice for Allah, one of the things you need to learn is always make your Iman stronger. One. Number two, if you want to show you are a best or a good mu'min, you have to always give the best of what you have for Allah. A true mu'min looks around and see what he has, and he gives the best of what he or she has. And the best of what we have is our lives. There is nothing more important than your soul. And that is why on the day of Ashura, Imam Hussein said to Allah, Allah, you said, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. You will not get good from me unless you give the best of what you have. And he said, Ya Allah, the best of what I have is myself. And I am giving myself to you to the point, even if I get cut into pieces, I said, my soul will not turn to anybody but you. That is the Iman, brothers and sisters. That is the lesson of Karbala, that every one of us, if we really want to be the true followers, always make sure that your Iman is strong and you are willing to give yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is lesson number 2. Lesson number 3, brothers and sisters. Learn from Ashab al-Ukhdud that these young men, some of them, the narration said they have a lot of position and money. But when there is a challenge between Islam and there is between something they own, they say Islam is more important than anything else. If myself, I get into the position, now Islam is in danger, or my property is in danger, which one am I supposed to give first? I supposed to give myself other than Allah's wish, or no, I have to put Islam first before anything else. Now listen to the message of Imam Hussein. إن لم يستقم دين محمد إلا بقتلي فيا سيوف خذي. If the religion of Prophet Muhammad is not complete except with me dying, I say swords coming to you. The importance is here. The importance is here. If a religion becomes in danger, then nothing else is important at that point. What is more important is to protect the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, here is my message to myself and to all of us. We all know Imam Hussein alayhi salam have done his responsibility. The question is, are we doing ours? He did his responsibility. He fulfilled everything he's supposed to do. And he left the legacy to you and I. The question is, am I doing mine as I supposed to, as he did, or not? That is the question. But tonight I want to share with you 5 legacy of Imam Hussein. If you really want to be Husseini, you have to bring this 5. If you are not doing that, you are not Hussein. And this is not my word, this is from Al-Ma'soom. And we read it in the ziyarah every time. What are the 5 things, brothers and sisters? It's Ashhadu annaka qad aqamta salat. Wa atayta az-zakat. Wa amarta bil-ma'ruf. Wa nahayta anil munkar. Wa ata'ata Allah hatta ataka al-yaqin. 5 things Imam Hussein left us. Number 1, salat. Are you and I taking our salat seriously? That's the legacy of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The first thing is salat. On the day of Ashura, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, on the night of Ashura, he delayed 1 day going to heaven just to perform salat. When they came and told him, you want to fight tonight of Tasu'ah? He said, no. We want to delay tonight so that I can do namaz. Because Allah knows I love namaz. Allah. Do we love namaz? Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he stopped going to heaven just because he was to do salat, now you and I, do we stop job for salat, or we tell salat, you wait until we finish our jobs? Do we tell everything to stop because of salat, or we tell salat to wait for everything? And listen to what the Prophet says. He said, عَجِّلُوا بِالصَّلَاةِ قَبْلَ الْفَوْتِ وَبِالتَّوْبَةِ قَبْلَ الْمَوْتِ. Two things, never delay them, the Prophet said. One of them is, as-salat, never delay them. Number two, your tawbah, don't delay them. Don't say, I'm 16, I'm 18, still time, I'm still young. No, because death doesn't tell the time. Two things the Prophet said, don't delay them. One of them is salat. Now, number two, the legacy of Imam Hussein, I said, وَأَقَمْتَ الصَّلَاةِ وَآتَيْتَ الزَّكَاةِ. Now here, listen carefully, brothers and sisters. In the Quran, you see, every time Allah mentions as-salat, aqimu as-salat, wa atu zakat. Anytime you see in the Quran as-salat, then the zakat comes in. Now you come to ziyarah, the same thing. Aqamta as-salat wa atayta zakat. Why salat and zakat all the time? Because they say the hikmah is here. Every human being has two relationships. One relationship is between you and Allah, and that is your salat. The second relationship is between you and other human beings, and that is where zakat comes in. After you finish your salat, you have to serve others as well. Like Imam Hussein served the other human beings, like Abdul Abbas served, like all the Imams. Remember, Imam Ali alayhi salam, every single night he used to carry food on his back, going to the poor people, serving humanity. Imam Zayd al-Abidin used to knock doors of every poor person, making sure that they have food to eat. That is what وَآتَيْتَ الزَّكَاةِ. Do we take care of one another? Or today if somebody lost a job, I don't want to even call me, because I know he's going to come and tell me his problem. I don't want to hear it, right? Now Imam Hussein alayhi salam, his legacy, he said, أَشْهَدُ أَنَّكَ أَقَمْتَ الصَّلَاةِ وَآتَيْتَ الزَّكَاةِ. That is two. Number three, وَأَمَرْتَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. You did command others to do what is the right thing. Number four, وَنَهَيْتَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. Now, do any one of us doing these two, brothers and sisters? Now, look in the world today. When we see what's going on in Pakistan, how many people talk about it? Women are getting killed every single day. But it's like nothing is happening. The entire world are quiet. No person will come out and condemn. وَأَمَرْتَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. And the legacy of Imam Hussein is that إِنِّي لَمْ أَخْرُجَ أَشَرًّا وَلَا بَطَرًا وَلَا مُفْسِدًا وَلَا ظَالِمًا وَإِنَّمَا خَرَجْتُ لِطَلَبِ الْإِصْلَاحِ فِي أُمَّةِ جَدِّي أُرِيدُ أَنْ آمُرَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَأَنْهَى عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. The legacy of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. If we really want to be Husseini, we have to forget these words, none of my business. That's what we say. If something wrong is going on, I say, it's not my business. No, it's not, it's your business. You have to show some concern when something is going on. That is the legacy of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. That is number three. And number four. And number five, what is more important? وَأَطَعْتَ اللَّهَ حَتَّى أَتَاكَ الْيَقِينَ. Are we obedience to Allah? This ta'ah, brothers and sisters, is very important, huh? Read ziyarat of Abbas alayhi salam. Assalamu alayka yabna Amir al-Mu'mineen. Assalamu alayka yabna Fatimah al-Zahra. And then he goes, Al-Muti'u lillahi wa rasulihi wa li Amir al-Mu'mineen. Al-Muti', that's what we give. The title of Muti', and the same thing in ziyarah, وَأَطَعْتَ اللَّهَ حَتَّى أَتَاكَ. The same Abul Fadl Abbas, brothers and sisters, if we want to become like Abul Fadl Abbas, we have to establish these five things. If we do, then we are true followers of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. إقامة الصلاة, إيتاء الزكاة, الأمر بالمعروف, النهي عن المنكر, and then completely obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the 5 legacies of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And that is the same thing, the legacy of Abul Fadl al-Abbas. Now coming back to the point, Abul Fadl al-Abbas, the narration stated, the night of Ashura, when the children were screaming and crying, al-Atash, al-Atash. What did he do? He went to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He said, Ya Ibn Rasulillah, Ya Sayyidi, laka baqa sadri. So my heart is too tight. What is the cause? He said, listening to those children calling al-Atash, al-Atash. Allah Akbar. Ya Sayyidi, can you give me permission to go get water for those children? Imam Hussein alayhi salam looked at Abul Fadl al-Abbas. And brothers and sisters, remember what Abul Fadl al-Abbas? You know Abul Fadl al-Abbas is dua of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Dua, Imam Ali made dua to Allah by asking, Allahumma rizukni, Ya Allah, give me a child. الذي ينصر ولدي الحسين في يوم عاشوراء. And when he wanted to get married, he told his brother Aqil, Ya Aqil, ابحث لي امرأة, find me a woman, ولدتها الفحول العرب, who was born by the heroes of Arab, لتلد لي غلام, to give me a child, ينصر ولدي الحسين في يوم عاشوراء, who will support and help my son Hussein on the day of Ashura. And the same thing will happen on the night of Shahad of Imam Ali. The narration says that Imam Ali alayhi salam was laid down and he said, Mani la ara Abul Fadl. Why I can't find Abul Fadl here? They said, no, fi dhalik al-makan. He's sitting over there and his head is between his legs crying. He said, call him. They called Abul Fadl al-Abbas. Abul Fadl al-Abbas came and tears was running on his face. And then he said, Imam Hussein alayhi salam was sitting next to Imam Ali. Imam Ali says, Ya Abul Fadl al-Abbas, open your hand. Abul Fadl al-Abbas opened his hand. Then Imam Ali said, Ya Hussein, give me your hand. He took Imam Hussein's hand and he put in the hand of Abul Fadl al-Abbas. And he said to Abul Fadl al-Abbas, Ya Abul Fadl, هذه وديعتي عندك. This is my trust that I'm leaving with you. Take care of Hussein. That is why Abul Fadl al-Abbas till the last minute, he never left Imam Hussein alone in any circumstance. Following the will of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, even the last minute he said to Imam Hussein, Ya Sayyidi, hal wafayt? Did I carry my responsibility? The amana that my father gave me, did I take care of it? Then Imam Hussein said, no, ni'mal akh ant. A good brother is you now. I haven't seen someone who is loyal, dedicated, sacrificing for his brother and his master as you are, Abul Fadl al-Abbas. Abul Fadl al-Abbas, after a while he came back to Imam Hussein. He said, Ya Hussein, Ya Sayyidi, laka daqa sadri. My heart is too tight when I hear those children are calling al-Atash. Imam Hussein said, Ya Abbas, Ya Abul Fadl, you are my backbone. If anything happens to you, my backbone will be broken. I have nobody I can trust and lean on more than you, Abul Fadl Abbas. Abul Fadl Abbas left by obeying the master, his master. He didn't say anything. He waited until the time comes, until the children started to scream al-Atash, al-Atash, where the entire tent was filled with the noise of the children calling for water. Then he came to Imam Hussein and he said, Ya Sayyidi, now I can't take it anymore. When I hear those children calling al-Atash, al-Atash, I can't take it anymore. Would you give me permission to go and get water for them? Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, now I give you permission, Ya Abul Fadl al-Abbas. Go, get water for the kids. Look at the serving the community and serving the children. Abul Fadl al-Abbas got himself ready and he sat on his horse. He took his way to the river. The narration says there were almost 4,000 men who circled the river. just to prevent Imam Hussein alayhi salam from reaching to that water. And that tells you how many people came to fight Imam Hussein. If just 4,000 around the river, that tells how many were left there. That is why in the narration of Imam Hussein, he said, فَإِذَا بِجَمْعِهِمْ كَالْجَرَادِ. Imam Hussein, when he described them, the crowd, the enemies, he said they are like bugs. Have you seen how bugs they follow each other? That is how much they are. Abul Fadl Abbas got there. He was able to push all those men. He got to the wall. The narration said, Abul Fadl Abbas, he was as thirsty as his master was, but will never drink water before his master. Abul Fadl Abbas, he filled the jars with the water. All his attention is to get water back to the children who were waiting for him. Abul Fadl Abbas filled the water, and as he was coming back, those enemies surrounded Abul Fadl Abbas from all angles. The narration said that as he was trying to get that water to the tent, they surrounded him, they started fighting him, and Abul Fadl Abbas continued to fight. And this is a lesson to all of us, brothers and sisters. Never ever say you are alone in any situation. If Abul Fadl Abbas never said that I am alone, I can't fight, because you have Allah with you. And anybody who has Allah has everything. Abul Fadl Abbas, he continued to fight those men, and as he continued to fight them, one of them came from behind. As Abul Fadl Abbas was fighting those in front of him, he struck the right hand of Abul Fadl Abbas, and the hand fell off. The narration said Abul Fadl Abbas managed to hold the water with the left hand. And then as he continued, he didn't give up. Abul Fadl Abbas continued the fight until another person came and cut their left hand as well. Abul Fadl Abbas did not give up. Allahu Akbar. Who is like this man who lost two hands but still didn't give up? He managed to hold the water with his mouth. The aim is to get the water to the tent to those children. The narration said that as he was struggling, no hands to take the water to the tent, and then another arrow came and hit or struck that jar of water, and the entire water spilled on the ground. Now Abul Fadl Abbas was sitting on his horse, no two hands to fight, no water to take to those children. As he was thinking what to do, then another arrow came right on the forehead of Abul Fadl Abbas. The narration said then the arrow started coming all the angles. The narration stated the karash al-matar, like rain was falling on Abul Fadl Abbas. The strongest arrow came and hit Abul Fadl Abbas, and he fell on the ground. And while he was falling, he said, Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. I said, peace be upon you, my master, and quickly come to my rescue. Imam Hussein alayhi salam heard that call, and he rushed to Abul Fadl Abbas. By the time he got to Abul Fadl Abbas, he was all covered with blood. The narration said, as Imam Hussein tried to pick him up, he said with a weak voice, Ya hada, uqsimu alayka biman ta'bud. Whoever you are, I ask you for the sake of whomever you worship. I said, don't kill me until my brother Hussein comes and says goodbye to me. These are the words that broke Imam Hussein's heart. When Imam Hussein heard this, he busted into tears and he said to him, Ana akhuka al-Hussein. I am your brother, it's not an enemy. I'm your brother Hussein alayhi salam. I said, Ya akhi, Abul Fadl Abbas said, oh my master, Hal wafayt, did I carry my job? Did I do my duty? Imam Hussein alayhi salam said to him, Ya Abul Fadl, ni'ma al-akh ant. I said, the great brother is you. Nobody is greater than you, Abul Fadl Abbas. Abul Fadl Abbas, Imam Hussein took his head to put on his thigh, to rest his head on his thigh. Abul Fadl Abbas then moved his head down. The second time, the third time, then Imam Hussein asked him, Ya Abul Fadl, why won't you let your head on my thigh? He said, Ya Sayyidi, now I have you. to put my head on your thigh. A few minutes later, when you get killed, who will carry your head on their thigh? Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he then cries to Abul Fadl Abbas, let me take you to the tent, Ya Abul Fadl Abbas, as I do with all the shuhada. Abul Fadl Abbas, he said, no, I don't want to go. I want to die at this place, Ya Sayyidi. Why not? Abul Fadl Abbas said, I feel shy to see those little girls whom I promised to take water to them and I'm not able to do it. Allahu Akbar, look at this. This is what we call breaking promise. Abul Fadl Abbas felt, even though it's not his fault, even though he did all he could, but he still feels that he did not fulfill his promise to those children. Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, I was sitting looking at the face of Abul Fadl Abbas. And his face was covered with blood and the sand, but I still can see the nur in that face. And that's why he's called Qamar Bani Hashim. He is the moon of Bani Hashim. The narration said that Imam Hussein alayhi salam, as he was looking on his face, فَإِذَا فَاضَتْ رُوحًا, he said, I saw Abul Fadl Abbas. He said, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. فَإِذَا فَاضَتْ رُوحَهُ الطَّاهِرُ, then his Holy Spirit left the body. Imam Hussein alayhi salam cried, and then the narration said that Imam Hussein came back مدودب الظهر, unstable. Imam Hussein was not standing straight from that point. And then he said, Al-an ankasara dhahri. He said, now my back has been broken. Al-an qutila Abul Fadl Abbas. Abul Fadl Abbas is killed. Now nobody to lead on. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. Ya Allah, we ask you, for the sake of Abul Fadl Abbas, Ya Allah, we ask you, we have brothers and sisters who are sick, give them the fastest recovery, Ya Allah. We have mu'mineen and mu'minat who are going through difficulty time, Ya Allah, make it easy for all of them, Ya Rabbal Alameen. We have mu'mineen and mu'minat, Ya Allah, who are under pressure in different parts of the world. Ya Allah, relieve them from that pressure, Ya Rabbal Alameen. We have mu'mineen and mu'minat who pass away, Ya Allah, be pleased with all of them, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, we ask you, grant us and all mu'mineen the shafa of Hussein, Yawm al-Wurud, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we ask you, Ya Rabbal Alameen, do not separate between us and Ali Muhammad, Ya Allah. Ila amwatukum wa amwat al-mu'mineen, rahimallahu man qara'a al-Fatihata ma'a as-salawat. Ya Hussein.